As you journey through life, have you ever paused to reflect on the weight you carry? Perhaps you find yourself haunted by past hurts, regrets, or the pressures that seem to cling to you like shadows. These emotional burdens can feel heavy, pulling you down and robbing you of the joy and peace that should be yours, especially as you enter your golden years. It's easy to get caught up in the memories of what went wrong or the dreams that never came to fruition. But what if I told you that letting go of these burdens could open the door to a more fulfilling and happy life? Imagine waking up each day free from the chains of your past, able to embrace the present with open arms. The truth is, holding on to pain and disappointment can cloud your vision, making it difficult to see the beauty that surrounds you. As you grow older, it becomes even more important to shed these weights, allowing yourself to experience the joy that life still has to offer. You deserve to live fully, to laugh freely, and to find peace in the moments that matter. I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on your own life. What burdens are you carrying? Are there old wounds that need healing, or regrets that no longer serve you? Acknowledging these feelings is the first step toward letting them go. As you continue reading, you will discover practical ways to embrace this freedom, to lighten your emotional load, and to truly live in the present. It's time to reclaim your happiness and step into a brighter future. Resentment is like a silent thief that sneaks into our hearts, stealing away our peace, joy, and even our health. It often starts as a small hurt, a fleeting moment of disappointment or betrayal. At first, it may seem manageable, like a tiny pebble in our shoe. But if we ignore it, that pebble can grow into a painful stone, digging deeper into our souls. The longer we hold on to resentment, the more it festers, spreading its roots into our mental and emotional well-being, and eventually affecting our physical health too. At first, it might feel like a minor annoyance, but as time passes, the heat becomes unbearable. This is what resentment does to us. It keeps us in a state of constant discomfort, where we replay the hurt over and over in our minds, allowing it to consume our thoughts and emotions. The pain of holding on to resentment is real. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and even physical ailments. We become prisoners of our own anger, unable to enjoy the beauty of life around us. Forgiveness is the key to breaking free from this cycle. It is not about excusing the actions of others or pretending that the hurt never happened. Instead, forgiveness is a precious gift we give to ourselves. It allows us to release the grip of anger and bitterness that weighs us down. When we forgive, we are not saying that what happened was okay. We are simply choosing to let go of the burden that resentment brings. Taking steps toward forgiveness is a journey, not a single act. It requires patience and self-compassion. Start by acknowledging your feelings and understanding that it's okay to feel hurt. Gradually, try to shift your focus from the pain to the lessons learned. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage healing, and take time to reflect on what you truly want for your life. Each small step you take toward forgiveness is a step away from the darkness of resentment and toward the light of peace and joy. In the end, letting go of resentment is about reclaiming your life. It's about choosing to be free from the chains of anger and embracing the possibility of happiness. Remember, you deserve to live a life filled with joy, not one overshadowed by the weight of past hurts. So, take that first step today and begin your journey toward forgiveness. Life often feels like a delicate balance between the weight of our past sorrows and the lightness of the joys that surround us today. Memories of regrets, missed opportunities, and losses can linger in our hearts like shadows, casting a pall over our ability to fully embrace the present and look forward to the future. These feelings can hold us captive, making it difficult to see the beauty that exists right in front of us. It's important to acknowledge that these memories are a part of who we are. They shape our experiences and teach us valuable lessons. However, when we allow them to dominate our thoughts, they can become a heavy burden, preventing us from experiencing the happiness that life has to offer. It's as if we are carrying a backpack filled with stones, each one representing a sorrow or regret, making every step feel laborious and slow. Letting go of these heavy emotions does not mean we forget the past. Instead, it means we honor it. We can remember our losses and regrets, but we can also choose to focus on the present. Just as a garden after a storm can seem battered and broken, it also holds the promise of new life. With care and nurturing, flowers can bloom again, vibrant and full of color. Our hearts are much like that garden. They can heal and grow even after the harshest storms. By gently releasing the weight of yesterday, we create space for new joys to enter our lives. It's about embracing the beauty of today allowing ourselves to feel the warmth of the sun, the laughter of friends, and the simple pleasures that come our way. Each moment is a chance to plant new seeds of happiness, to cultivate a garden filled with love, hope, and joy. So, if you find yourself burdened by the past, remember that it's okay to feel those emotions, but don't let them define you. Instead, choose to nurture the present. Allow yourself to experience the beauty that surrounds you, and watch as new joys begin to bloom in your heart. You have the power to create a vibrant. As we journey through life, we often find ourselves surrounded by a multitude of relationships. In our younger years, the sheer number of friends and acquaintances can feel like a badge of honor. However, as we grow older, we begin to understand that the quality of our connections holds far more significance than the quantity. This realization can be both liberating and daunting, as it prompts us to reflect on the relationships we maintain and their true value in our lives. It is essential to take a moment to consider the people we choose to keep close. Are they the ones who uplift us, support our dreams, and nurture our growth? Or do they drain our energy, leaving us feeling depleted and negative? Recognizing the difference can be a powerful step toward creating a more fulfilling life. It is not uncommon to hold on to relationships out of habit or a sense of obligation. But as we mature, we learn that it is perfectly acceptable to let go of those that no longer serve us. Letting go of meaningless relationships is not an act of bitterness. Rather, it is an expression of self-respect and self-care. It is a way of honoring our own needs and acknowledging that our time and energy are precious. When we release connections that weigh us down, we create space for deeper, more meaningful bonds to flourish. This newfound freedom allows us to invest in relationships that truly resonate with us, where mutual support and understanding thrive. As you reflect on your own relationships, consider the impact they have on your life. Are there individuals who consistently bring joy and encouragement? Cherish those connections and nurture them. Conversely, if you identify relationships that leave you feeling drained or unhappy, remember that it is okay to step back. You deserve to surround yourself with people who inspire you and contribute positively to your journey. In the end, the process of letting go can be a beautiful act of self-discovery. It opens the door to new possibilities and connections that align with who you are becoming. Embrace this opportunity to cultivate a circle of relationships that enrich your life, and trust that by prioritizing quality over quantity, you are making a choice that honors your true self. As we journey through life, we often find ourselves clinging to the titles and achievements that once defined us. Whether it's a job title, a degree, or a recognition we received, these labels can feel like a part of our identity. They may have brought us pride and a sense of belonging in the past, but as we move into new chapters, it's important to reflect on whether they still serve us. Holding on to pride can be a heavy burden. It can keep us tied to a version of ourselves that no longer fits. We may feel pressured to maintain a certain image or to live up to expectations that are rooted in the past. Yet, as we grow and evolve, we must remember that our worth is not tied to these external labels. Instead, it is found in our present authenticity, the wisdom we have gained, and the kindness we show to ourselves and others. Letting go of outdated titles can be liberating. It opens up space for us to embrace who we truly are, free from the need for validation. When we release the weight of pride, we allow ourselves to experience joy in simply being. We can focus on what truly matters: our actions, our relationships, and the love we share with those around us. These are the things that create a lasting legacy, far more significant than any title or achievement. As you navigate this journey, remember that your value lies in your ability to connect with others, to show compassion, and to live authentically. Embrace the freedom that comes from shedding the past and stepping into your truest self. You are enough just as you are, and the love you give and receive is what truly defines you. In this new chapter, let go of the pride that no longer serves you. Embrace the joy of being present, and know that your legacy will be shaped by the kindness and love you share with the world. Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, and along the way, we all make mistakes. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-blame and regret, allowing an internal critic to take hold. This critic often whispers harsh judgments, reminding us of our past missteps and keeping us anchored to moments we wish we could change. It's important to remember that to be human is to be imperfect. We all stumble, and each mistake is a chance to learn and grow. Forgiving ourselves is not just an act of kindness, it is a vital step toward healing and self-compassion. When we forgive ourselves, we acknowledge our humanity and allow ourselves the grace to move forward. This act of self-forgiveness opens the door to personal growth, helping us to let go of the burdens that weigh us down. It's a way of saying, I am worthy of love and understanding, even when I falter. By embracing this mindset, we can begin to cultivate a sense of peace within ourselves. Extending this idea to forgiving others is equally important. Holding on to anger and resentment can feel like a protective measure, but in reality, it only harms us. The weight of these negative emotions can be heavy, clouding our hearts and minds. Forgiveness does not mean we condone the hurtful actions of others. Rather, it is a conscious choice to release the emotional weight they carry. By letting go, we reclaim our peace and free ourselves from the chains of bitterness. It's essential to understand that forgiveness is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It may take time and effort, and that's perfectly okay. Each step toward forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, allowing us to experience emotional freedom. As we navigate this journey, we learn to embrace our imperfections and those of others, fostering a deeper sense of connection and understanding. In the end, forgiveness is a powerful tool that can transform our lives. It allows us to move forward with lighter hearts, opening up space for joy, love, and new experiences. So, take a moment to reflect on the power of forgiveness, both for yourself and for others. Embrace it as a path to healing and growth, and remember that you are not alone in this journey. In the journey of life, we often find ourselves weighed down by the burdens of the past. We cling to resentment, allowing it to fester and cloud our hearts. We hold on to past sorrows, letting them shape our present and dim our future. Meaningless relationships can drain our energy, while pride builds walls that keep us isolated. The inability to forgive can feel like a heavy anchor, keeping us tethered to moments that no longer serve us. Yet, in the act of letting go, we discover a profound truth: freedom awaits us. When we release these burdens, we create space for joy to blossom. Imagine the lightness that comes when we choose to forgive, not just others, but ourselves. In that moment, we open our hearts to peace, allowing it to wash over us like a gentle tide. Letting go of meaningless relationships paves the way for deeper connections, where love and understanding can flourish. As we shed the weight of pride, we find the courage to be vulnerable, inviting authentic relationships into our lives. Focusing on the present moment is where true happiness resides. It is in the here and now that we can fully experience the beauty of life. Each breath we take is a reminder that we are alive, that we have the power to shape our reality. Life is not defined by what we hold on to, but by the freedom we create when we let go. The past is a chapter in our story, but it does not have to dictate our future. As you move forward, unburdened by the weight of yesterday, open your heart to the joys and possibilities of today. Embrace the freedom that comes with letting go, and allow yourself to be fully present in each moment. Life is a gift, and every day offers a new opportunity to experience its wonders. So take a deep breath, release what no longer serves you, and step into the light of a brighter tomorrow. Thank you for joining us for that heartfelt exploration of loss and resilience. We've delved into the profound impact of losing a spouse, a journey that can feel overwhelmingly isolating and painful. But now, as we transition to our next segment, we invite you to shift your focus with us. In the wake of such a devastating loss, it's easy to feel as though joy is a distant memory, but there is hope. We're about to uncover 5 powerful secrets that can guide you through the shadows of grief and help you rediscover the light. These insights are not just about surviving, they're about thriving and embracing life once more. So, let's embark on this journey together as we explore the paths to healing and the possibilities that await. Stay with us as we dive deeper into these transformative strategies that can help you reclaim your joy and purpose. Losing a spouse can feel like a heavy weight that crushes the heart, leaving an emotional void that seems impossible to fill. For those who have shared decades of life together, the absence of that person can create a silence that echoes through every corner of daily existence. The laughter that once filled a home is replaced by a haunting stillness, and the routines that once brought comfort now feel like reminders of a love that has been lost. In the midst of this overwhelming grief, it can be hard to see a way forward. One person who faced the struggle was Sarah, who had been married to her husband for over 30 years. After his passing, she felt as if she had lost a part of herself. The days blurred together, and the thought of moving on seemed impossible. Yet, in her darkest moments, Sarah found a flicker of hope in honoring her husband's memory. She began to create a small garden in their backyard, planting flowers that he had loved. Each bloom became a symbol of their shared life, a way to keep his spirit alive. As time went on, Sarah realized that taking care of herself was also a way to honor him. She started with small steps, like making sure she ate healthy meals and took walks in the fresh air. At first, these actions felt like a chore, but gradually they became moments of peace. In the quiet of her walks, she found solace, allowing her mind to wander and reflect on the beautiful memories they had created together. Rediscovering small joys became a gentle part of her healing process. She began to enjoy her morning coffee while watching the sunrise, something they used to do together. Each sip reminded her of the warmth of his presence, and slowly she learned to embrace these moments of solitude. They were not a replacement for her husband, but rather a way to carry his love with her as she navigated her new reality. Through these small acts of self-care and remembrance, Sarah found strength. The grief didn't disappear, but it transformed into something more manageable. She learned that it was okay to feel joy again, even amidst the sadness. Life, while forever changed, could still hold beauty and meaning. In honoring her husband's memory, she discovered a path forward, one step at a time, learning to embrace life once more. After losing a spouse, many elderly parents find themselves in a difficult situation. They often turn to their children for emotional and physical support, hoping to fill the void left by their partner. This can seem like a natural solution, but it can also create unexpected challenges. When elderly parents move in with their children, they may anticipate companionship and care, but the reality can be quite different. Lifestyle differences, such as daily routines, social habits, and even differing views on household management, can lead to tension. The children, who may already be juggling their own responsibilities, can feel overwhelmed by the added pressure of caring for a parent. Take the story of Margaret, for example. After her husband passed away, she moved in with her daughter, hoping to find comfort and connection. At first, it felt like a good arrangement. However, as time went on, Margaret began to feel like a burden. Her daughter had a busy life, and the two often clashed over small things, like how to keep the house or what to watch on television. Margaret realized that she was relying too much on her daughter for emotional support, which strained their relationship. It was during a quiet moment, while looking through old photo albums, that she had an epiphany. She remembered the hobbies she once loved, like painting and gardening, and how they brought her joy. This realization sparked a change in her life. Margaret decided to focus on her own independence. She started painting again, joined a local gardening club, and even took a class at the community center. As she rediscovered her passions, she also expanded her social circle, meeting new friends who shared her interests. This shift not only improved her mood, but also strengthened her relationship with her daughter. They began to appreciate each other more, with Margaret feeling less like a burden and more like a partner in their lives. Margaret's journey teaches us an important lesson about the value of self-sufficiency. While it's natural to seek support from loved ones, it's equally important to cultivate our own interests and friendships. By focusing on what brings us joy and fulfillment, we can create a richer, more satisfying life. So, if you find yourself in a similar situation, consider exploring your hobbies, meeting new people, and embracing your independence. This not only benefits you, but can also enhance your. After losing a spouse, many people find themselves grappling with intense feelings of loneliness and fear. The void left by a loved one can feel overwhelming, and the desire for companionship can lead to hasty decisions. It's natural to want to fill that emptiness, but rushing into a new romantic relationship or remarriage can bring its own set of challenges. Take the story of Sarah, for example. After her husband passed away, she felt lost and alone. The days stretched long, and the nights were even harder to bear. In her search for comfort, she met Tom at a support group. He was kind, attentive, and seemed to understand her pain. Within a few months, they were married. At first, it felt like a dream come true. However, as time went on, Sarah began to realize that their relationship was built on shaky ground. Tom had different habits and expectations that clashed with Sarah's. He was more spontaneous, while she preferred a structured routine. Small disagreements turned into larger conflicts, and the very companionship she sought began to feel suffocating. Sarah found herself longing for the familiarity of her late husband, which only deepened her emotional struggle. The loneliness she had tried to escape now felt compounded by the realization that she had rushed into a commitment without truly understanding herself or her new partner. This story highlights the importance of self-reflection and communication before diving into a new relationship. It's crucial to take the time to grieve and understand one's own feelings and needs. Engaging in honest conversations about expectations and habits can help build a stronger foundation for a future partnership. Taking a step back to evaluate what one truly wants can prevent the heartache that often comes from impulsive decisions. In the end, while the desire for companionship is completely understandable, it's essential to approach new relationships with care and thoughtfulness. Taking the time to heal and reflect can lead to healthier, more fulfilling connections in the future. By prioritizing self-awareness and open communication, individuals can navigate the complexities of love after loss with greater confidence and clarity. After losing a spouse, the journey of healing can feel overwhelming, especially when it comes to the idea of loving again. It's natural to experience guilt when considering new connections, as if moving forward might somehow diminish the love you once shared. However, it's important to remember that love does not replace the bonds of the past. Instead, it honors them. The memories and feelings you had for your spouse will always hold a special place in your heart, and allowing yourself to love again can be a way to celebrate that love. As you navigate this new chapter, think about the different forms love can take. Friendships can blossom into deep connections that provide comfort and support. These relationships can help fill the void left by loss, reminding you that you are not alone. Deepening ties with family can also bring joy and a sense of belonging. Sharing experiences, laughter, and even tears with loved ones can create a rich tapestry of love that surrounds you. Exploring the possibility of romantic companionship can be both exciting and daunting. It's okay to feel hesitant. The thought of opening your heart again can stir up a mix of emotions. Yet, embracing the idea of new love doesn't mean you are forgetting your spouse. Instead, it shows that you are ready to let love flow in different directions, enriching your life in ways you may not have imagined. Love exists in many forms, and each one adds value to our lives. It fosters connection, brings comfort during tough times, and fills our days with joy. By allowing yourself to love again, you are not only honoring the past but also embracing the future. You are giving yourself permission to experience the warmth and happiness that love can bring, reminding yourself that it is possible to find light even after darkness. In this journey, be gentle with yourself. Understand that it's okay to feel a mix of emotions as you explore new relationships. Each step you take is a testament to your strength and resilience. Love, in all its forms, is a beautiful gift that can help you heal and grow, enriching your life in ways that honor both your past and your present. Honoring a spouse's memory while moving forward in life can be a gentle journey filled with love and reflection. It's important to remember that keeping their spirit alive doesn't mean you have to stay stuck in the past. Instead, you can create small rituals that celebrate their life and the moments you shared. Visiting places that were special to both of you can bring back fond memories and help you feel connected to them, whether it's a favorite park, a cozy cafe, or beautiful beach. These visits can be a comforting way to remember the joy you experienced together. Lighting candles on significant dates, like anniversaries or birthdays, can also be a beautiful way to honor their memory. As the soft glow of the candle flickers, it can remind you of the warmth and love you shared. You might even choose to share stories with friends or family during these moments, allowing their memory to live on through the laughter and tears of those who love them too. Continuing to engage in shared passions can be another meaningful way to keep their spirit alive. If you both enjoy cooking, try making their favorite dish. If you loved hiking together, explore new trails while thinking of the adventures you had. These activities can help you feel their presence in your life, making it clear that they are a part of your journey, even as you move forward. Living well and embracing new opportunities does not mean leaving your spouse behind. Instead, it's about integrating their legacy into your life. You can carry their love and lessons with you as you explore new paths. Finding balance between remembrance and renewal is key. It's okay to feel joy and purpose in new experiences while still cherishing the memories of your time together. As you navigate this journey, remember that it's possible to create a life that honors your spouse while also allowing for new joys to blossom. Embrace the future with an open heart, knowing that your loved one will always be a part of you. By finding ways to celebrate their memory, you can pave the way for a life filled with love, purpose, and new beginnings. Losing a spouse is one of the hardest experiences anyone can face, and navigating through the waves of grief can feel overwhelming. It's important to accept your feelings of sadness and loss, but it's equally vital to ensure that grief does not take over your life. Allowing yourself to feel the pain is part of the healing process, yet finding ways to manage it can help you regain a sense of control and peace. As you move forward, cultivating independence can be a powerful step. This doesn't mean forgetting your spouse or the love you shared. Rather, it's about rediscovering who you are as an individual. Engaging in activities that bring you joy or exploring new interests can help you build a life that honors your past while embracing the present. Allowing new connections into your life is another essential part of this journey. It's natural to feel hesitant about forming new relationships, but opening your heart to others can bring comfort and support. Friends, family, or even new acquaintances can provide companionship and understanding, reminding you that you are not alone in your journey. Honoring your spouse's memory is also crucial. This can be done in many ways, such as creating a special ritual, sharing stories, or even continuing traditions that were meaningful to both of you. These acts of remembrance can help you feel connected to your spouse, while also allowing you to move forward with your life. As you take these steps, remember that healing is a journey, not a race. It's okay to take small steps toward rediscovering joy and living a purposeful life. Each small change you make can lead to meaningful transformation, helping you to find hope and light again. Embrace the process and know that brighter days are ahead. Thank you so much for joining us in that deep dive into the complexities of sharing personal experiences with family. It's a topic that resonates with many of us, as we often find ourselves reflecting on the moments when perhaps we shared a little too much. Have you ever found yourself looking back and wishing you'd kept certain things to yourself? It's fascinating how the act of sharing can sometimes lead to misunderstandings or even strained relationships, leaving us with regrets that linger as we navigate through life. As we transition into our next segment, let's take a moment to consider the power of silence. Sometimes, holding back can actually strengthen our connections with loved ones, allowing for a space where understanding and respect flourish. In a world that often encourages openness, it's essential to recognize the importance of keeping certain personal topics private to maintain peace and harmony in our relationships. So, as we move forward, let's explore this intriguing balance between sharing and silence, and how it can shape our interactions with those we care about. Get ready to dive deeper into the art of communication and the wisdom of discretion. There's so much more to uncover, and I can't wait to share it with you. As we grow older, we often find ourselves reflecting on our personal journeys. Each experience, whether joyful or painful, shapes who we are and how we view the world. There is a natural desire to share our wisdom with younger generations, to guide them through the challenges we once faced. However, when it comes to our past mistakes, the decision to share or keep them private can be quite significant. Take the story of Mr. Lawrence, a retired craftsman who spent decades honing his skills. He was well respected in his community, known for his meticulous work and dedication. However, his journey was not without its trials. In the early years of his business, he entered into a partnership that he believed would elevate his craft. Unfortunately, this partnership ended in betrayal, leaving him not only financially strained but also emotionally wounded. Instead of broadcasting his misfortune, Mr. Lawrence chose to rebuild his life quietly. He focused on his craft, poured his heart into his work, and slowly regained his footing. Mr. Lawrence's choice to keep his past struggles private allowed him to maintain a sense of dignity. He understood that sharing his story could shift how others perceived him. While he might have hoped to inspire admiration for his resilience, he feared that revealing his mistakes could lead to pity instead. People often respond to vulnerability with sympathy, which can unintentionally diminish the respect they hold for us. By keeping his past to himself, Mr. Lawrence preserved the image of a strong, capable craftsman, someone who had faced challenges but emerged unscathed. In this way, maintaining a quiet resilience can offer strength to those we love. Mr. Lawrence's family and friends admired him not just for his skills, but for his ability to overcome adversity without burdening them with his unresolved pains. He became a source of inspiration, not because he shared every detail of his struggles, but because he demonstrated how to rise above them with grace. Ultimately, the significance of keeping past major mistakes private lies in the balance between sharing wisdom and protecting our dignity. It is essential to offer guidance to younger generations without dragging them into our past sorrows. By doing so, we can empower them to learn from our experiences while allowing them to see us as figures of strength rather than objects of pity. In this way, we can continue to inspire and uplift those around us, fostering resilience without the weight of our past mistakes hanging over them. As we age, it is common to experience minor health concerns like small aches, stiffness, or sleepless nights. These issues often become a natural part of life, and while they can be bothersome, they do not always need to be shared with everyone around us. Keeping these minor discomforts private can sometimes be a wise choice, especially when it comes to family. Take the story of Mistress Eleanor, a retired school teacher who had dedicated her life to nurturing young minds. As she entered her golden years, she found herself dealing with the usual signs of aging: occasional back pain, some stiffness in her joints, and nights when sleep eluded her. Instead of voicing these concerns to her family, she chose a different path. Mistress Eleanor understood that sharing every little discomfort could lead to unnecessary worry among her loved ones. She didn't want her family to see her as fragile or in need of constant care. Instead, Mistress Eleanor focused on the joys of life. When her children called or visited, she would share stories about her garden blooming with vibrant flowers or the new book she was reading. She spoke about the laughter she shared with friends over tea and the joy of watching her grandchildren play. By reframing her conversations, she allowed her family to see her strength and resilience rather than her discomforts. This shift in focus created an atmosphere of love and positivity. Her family felt uplifted by her stories and were inspired by her ability to find joy in everyday moments. They appreciated her strength and independence, which in turn made them feel more secure about her well-being. Mistress Eleanor's choice to keep minor health concerns private did not mean she was hiding her struggles. Rather, she was choosing to celebrate life and encourage her family to do the same. In this way, Mistress Eleanor showed that sometimes it is wise to keep minor health concerns to ourselves. By focusing on the positive aspects of life, we can create a nurturing environment that fosters love and connection, allowing our families to share in our joys rather than our worries. Mr. James spent most of his life in a small town where the sound of engines and the smell of grease filled his days. As a retired mechanic, he was known for his skill in fixing cars, but deep down, he carried a different tune in his heart. In his youth, he had dreamed of becoming a musician. He imagined himself on stage, guitar in hand, singing songs that spoke to the soul. But life had other plans. When his first child was born, the dreams of music faded into the background, replaced by the responsibilities of providing for his family. As the years passed, Mr. James tucked his dreams away like a cherished photograph, hidden in a drawer. He never spoke of them, not even to his wife or children. They saw him as a hard-working man, dedicated to his craft and family. But inside, he felt a quiet ache, a longing for the melodies that never played out. The dreams he once held so dearly became unfulfilled wishes, lingering like shadows in the corners of his mind. When he occasionally strummed his old guitar in the solitude of his garage, the notes would dance in the air, reminding him of what could have been. Yet, sharing these dreams with his family felt daunting. He worried that revealing his passion would evoke sadness or guilt in them, as if he were blaming them for the choices he made. He feared they might see him differently, as a man who sacrificed his dreams for their sake, and he didn't want that, so he kept his music to himself, a private treasure that sparkled quietly in the depths of his heart. This emotional complexity of unfulfilled dreams is a heavy burden. It shapes who we are, often without our loved ones even realizing it. Mr. James' family knew him as a devoted father and husband, but they were unaware of the musician who still lived within him. If he were to share his dreams, it might change their perception of him, casting a shadow over the life he had built in it. They might feel a sense of loss for the man he could have been, and that thought weighed heavily on him. Yet, there is a beauty in holding on to these dreams as private treasures. They remain untouched by the harsh realities of life, preserving their significance and allure. Mr. James found solace in knowing that his music was still alive in his heart, even if it never reached the ears of others. It was a part of him that no one could take away, a reminder of his youthful spirit and the passions that once ignited his soul. In the end, unfulfilled dreams are not just about what we have lost. They are also about the richness they add to our lives. They remind us of who we are and who we might have been, without overshadowing the life we have lived. Mr. James may never perform on stage, but the music within him continues to play softly, a melody of hope and nostalgia that he carries with grace. In the intricate dance of family relationships, we often find ourselves at a crossroads between our ideals and the choices our loved ones make. It can be challenging when those we care about choose paths that differ from what we envision for them. This is especially true for parents who naturally want the best for their children. However, Expressing disappointment or critique can sometimes create tension, leading to misunderstandings and hurt feelings. Take the story of Mistress Amelia, a retired librarian who had always valued stability and caution. When her daughter, Lily, announced her plan to start a trendy cafe, Mistress Amelia felt a wave of concern. She worried that the venture was too risky and that Lily might face failure. Initially, she voiced her doubts, hoping to steer her daughter toward a more secure career path. However, this only led to friction between them. Lily felt misunderstood and stifled, while Mistress Amelia felt her intentions were misinterpreted. Realizing that her words were causing more harm than good, Mistress Amelia decided to take a step back. Instead of expressing her disappointment, she chose to offer silent support. She attended Lily's cafe opening, helped with decorations, and even spread the word among her friends. By doing this, Mistress Amelia showed her daughter that, despite her initial reservations, she loved and accepted her choices. This shift allowed Lily to grow freely, exploring her passion without the weight of her mother's expectations. As time passed, the cafe flourished, and so did their relationship. The trust that developed between them was profound. Lily felt empowered to pursue her dreams, knowing her mother was there for her, even if she didn't always agree with her decisions. Silent support can be a powerful form of love. It demonstrates acceptance and understanding, allowing family members to navigate their paths without the fear of judgment. In Mistress Amelia's case, stepping back not only fostered Lily's independence, but also strengthened their bond. They learned to communicate better, appreciating each other's perspectives without the need for constant validation. In the end, Mistress Amelia's quiet support became a testament to her love. It showed that sometimes the best way to help our loved ones is to trust them to make their own choices, even if those choices differ from our ideals. This approach can lead to deeper connections and a more harmonious family dynamic. Keeping personal plans for assets private is crucial for maintaining harmony within families. When individuals share their inheritance plans too early, it can lead to unintended consequences, such as tension, expectations, or even rivalries among family members. This is illustrated well by the story of Mr. Robert, a retired banker who decided to discuss his estate plans with his two sons. Initially, Mr. Robert thought that sharing his plans would foster transparency and trust. However, as soon as his sons learned about the specifics of their inheritance, their focus shifted. Instead of cherishing their time together and enjoying their relationships, they began to view each other through the lens of what they might receive. This change in perspective created an atmosphere of competition and jealousy, where each son started to worry about how much the other would inherit. The love and connection that once defined their relationship began to fade, replaced by a sense of entitlement and rivalry. By keeping estate plans private, families can preserve the bonds that are built on love and shared experiences rather than material matters. When financial discussions are limited, family members are more likely to focus on what truly matters: their relationships with one another. Instead of worrying about who will get what, they can invest their energy into creating meaningful memories together, teaching financial wisdom, and supporting each other in their personal growth. Moreover, teaching financial wisdom can be far more valuable than simply handing down assets. By guiding children on how to manage money, save, and invest wisely, parents can equip them with skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. This approach fosters independence and responsibility, allowing family members to appreciate the value of hard work and the importance of financial literacy. In conclusion, keeping personal plans for assets private can help maintain family harmony and ensure that relationships remain centered on love and connection. By focusing on shared